Stop burning your cash in Google Ads. Most businesses are doing it right now. And it's not your budget, it's not the competition, it's your agency. The wrong agency can destroy your account faster than you can believe. Hiring the wrong agency is like calling the wrong emergency service when your house is on fire. They turn up, they look at it, they nod, they tell you they can fix it, but they make things worse. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what the top agencies do that others don't and how to stop your budget from going bang up in flames. I'm John Langley, founder of Click Convert Marketing. What I love most is sharing my passion for Google Ads and running an agency, even more than I love cars. I've got another channel called Authentic Me. Just Google Authentic Me, pause and it'll come up. Look, we're a team of 25 Google Ads specialists who've generated over 1.5 billion in revenue for small business clients over the years. Yeah, I know it's a lot of zeros. I've got offices in Santa Rosa in wine country, San Francisco and Wrexham. And of course, before I dive in a bit further with this video, please hit the like, subscribe and drop me a comment below. It really helps me create content like this and helps me understand the problems you're facing. Now, I've learned a lesson the hard way, not with ads as you think, but with this damn haircut. Last week, I had a vision. I took the photo into the barber, explained exactly what I wanted. He nodded, yeah, no problem at all, John. And you can guess what happened. I walked out butchered with this damn haircut. My vision wasn't the problem. And in my last video, there's a link below, I explained how to create a vision for your business and marketing, and doing that is pivotal to success. Knowing your destination and what the goal looks like is key. And I had this vision for how my hair would look. I had the photo, and sure, this should have been really simple, but here's the truth, he couldn't deliver it. And you may think, oh, maybe he was too focused on the details. No, the real problem was a lot more fundamental than that. And it's the same mistake, weirdly, that most Google Ads experts make. He only had a few styles he could do, not my style, of course. And this is exactly what most agencies, how they come to burn through your budget. They only know how to build and manage one or two styles of account. So if your goals for your business don't fit those styles, snip, your budget just goes bang up in smoke. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break this down into 3 lessons. The big one, lesson 1, the right account manager. Of course you need the right account manager, ones whose style matches your goals and what you're trying to achieve. But this is where agency size comes in. The number of account managers in an agency directly limits the range of management styles they can offer you. Fewer account managers means fewer styles, and that leads to cookie cutter account solutions. Here at Click Convert, I've got 25 Google Ads experts, which means I've got a huge variety of styles and approaches to call on. Some specialize in industrial lead gen, think of Caterpillar engines, C18s, or log cabins. Others are experts in plumbing and HVAC, others retail, others focus on clothes, interiors, and e-commerce solutions. This breadth means I can match a client and their goal to the right style of account build. But there's something else. Don't underestimate the power of learning as soon as you get over 10 plus people in a team of Google Ads experts, every single day becomes conversations about conversions, performance and account builds. The learning curve just goes whang out the window. It becomes a natural arms race among them. Specialists debating, testing, challenging each other, really pushing the strategies forward. And that produces a totally different mindset. Often the complete opposite of what you get in smaller agencies that just parrot Google's so-called best practices. And let me tell you a secret. Those best practices don't make you richer. They're going to make one organization richer, and it's Google, not you. Now, compare that to a design-first agency with maybe 3 Google Ads managers. That's not enough range. And too often I see businesses pick a local ads guy because they're nearby. Maybe they'll even pop in your office, have a coffee with you. But here's the catch. They're stuck with their 2 or 3 styles that they know how to run and build. And what happens? You get their cookie cutter solution to accounts. Everybody gets the same structure, the same strategy, regardless of whether it matches your goals. And thinking about it, here's a kicker. What if you need really advanced lead generation? Maybe AI transcription of calls, automatic lead scoring, extracting the order values, feeding this all back into Google Ads so it can optimize around real revenue. And we've got a system called Conversion Hound here, and that's exactly what this does. But your local guy, he's not giving you that. He doesn't have access to that. And that's why lesson 1 is so important. You don't just need an agency, you need the right number of account managers in that agency. Because without enough range, without debate, constant evolution, and the right tools, you'll never get the match that delivers to your goals. Lesson number 2. Oh, I hate this one. Agencies never say no. It's frustrated me so much. Here's the catch. Account managers will never say no, and agencies never turn down money or a client. That damn barber of mine didn't say, no, John, I'm not really good at that style. Jeff over here is better, or there's a salon up the road that can help you. Agencies don't admit when they're out of their depth. They just take your money and they do it their way. And there's a saying in marketing and IT. You only need to know a little bit more than the client. And it's one of the biggest issues in Google Ads. Whether it's your staff or an agency, if they only know a fraction more than you, you're in trouble. And that's why lesson 2 matters. You need honesty, someone who just doesn't nod and take some money. You need somebody who will say, sorry, we're not for you. This company or agency over here can probably help you better, but they never do that. Lesson number 3. Hold them to the goal. Even if you've got the right person, the right account manager, you just can't set that vision once and walk away. You've got to keep reminding them of the mission, your goal. I trusted this barber to check the cut against the photo I had before it was too late. But you know what happens? He didn't. At the Chester races last week, someone said to me, barbers hate it when you show them the photo again. You know why? It's because you're holding them to account. Google Ads managers are just the same. Leave them alone and they'll bury themselves in split testing ads, adding negatives, segmenting campaigns rather, all the useful stuff, but they forget to ask, is this getting you close to your goal? And here's the dangerous part. It's tempting to let distance creep in between you and the account manager. I know you and I'm the same. You've got 1,000,001 other priorities to deal with. So when an account manager just gets on with it, it feels like an absolute godsend. It's amazing. But that's a problem, okay? The goals get forgotten and performance drifts. Just like when my barber spent too much time trimming around his ears when what really mattered was not cutting the length too short and ensure he delivered on my vision and the photo I gave him. And one of the biggest risks here is delegation. I know I do encourage delegation. It's great to delegate marketing to an agency, but never forget the single greatest asset your business has is you. You're the A player, you're the one driving the business forward. The more distance you put between you and your marketing team, the less effective they become because you're the one who has the answers. You've got the vision. The business, when you go away, it starts to drift. You may not know technically how to execute every task, but you're the one that holds everybody to the destination, to the goal. And that's why it's vital to stay close to your marketing team, close to your agency. Your passion, your energy, your clarity, it's infectious. You know it is. And when you spread that into your team, performance just skyrockets. I don't like to use the word micromanage, but you need to stay close enough to keep that goal in plain sight. Not once, not twice, but often. Repetition really does work. Okay. This is a real story. It happened to me just a few months ago, and to be quite frank, it wasn't great. I've got a client in the door hardware space. I've been with them for 16 years. I know 16 years. It was one of our first clients. I was there right as they founded that business. And to be honest, the brand became like a family to me, and I poured myself into this brand year after year, campaign after campaign. You get the picture. But after COVID, they made a bad investment, a new hardware line from China, and the delivery didn't go well. It was full of technical issues and delays, and it had dragged down what had been a fantastic business. Cash flow issues arose because all the money was invested in inventory, and I bet a few of you have been there. And unfortunately, they went bust. But as luck would have it, another client of ours stepped in and bought the brand. But here's where things get weird. I'm the only person left who's been connected from this brand from the very beginning. And the founders are gone, the investors are gone, and I'm that type of single thread of continuity through all the years. But behind the scenes, trouble was brewing. They had Magento as their website, and the Magento hosting was costing an absolute fortune. And they started looking for cheaper options. And then out of nowhere, the new Magento company they'd got created a so-called assessment of my Google Ads account. Yeah. They made terrible claims, okay, that they could transform this account, that they could do work marvels. You get the picture. And this account was already one of the highest ROI accounts around. So what the hell, if I see an account like that, I don't go in there and say, no, do you know what? Here's a really high performing account, I can just double it. I look at it and go, you know what? That's not an easy win. I'll walk away from that. That agency is doing a good job there. I looked at it and I told the owners straight, this is absolute madness. Their projections, they were just fantasy. And if they followed this plan, I genuinely believed that because of what they were proposing, it would kill the Google Ads. And let's not remember, this company had lost the SEO as well whilst the business was closed during the purchase transfer process, during liquidation. And Google Ads was literally now the business. But as always, do you think people listen? No, they don't. They left, of course, tempted by all these promises by their new Magento developers who are wonderful. And I was literally gutted about this. 16 years of building this brand has gone. I was not happy about this situation at all. And then it might have been 2 months, okay, an email arrives out of the blue. John, you were right. Can you help us? And sure enough, everything I warned them about had come true. Performance did transform. It certainly did. And sales transformed as well. I'll give them that. But they dropped sales by 50%. How can you destroy a business so quickly? This business was now a smouldering shadow of what it had been a few months later. And of course, the question was, could I help? Well, of course I could, after I stopped dancing around the room a bit and pumping the air with satisfaction. Of course, we took the account back, we rebuilt it properly, and performance is recovering again. But the lesson is simple. It's this lesson number one. The Magento agency had 1 or 2 maybe Google Ads experts, and experts is a big word here. It was a small team. And as they were website developers first and foremost, not Google Ads, ad experts rather, nobody at that agency had any real passion for ads. And actually in the type of, when they got called into the company to explain why this had gone wrong, they actually did admit that as well. And this is fundamentally the difference between an agency that burns your cash and one that knows how to save it. Look, we all know YouTube is full of business advice telling you this one lesson: focus on a niche. And that's solid advice, but the same principle applies when you're choosing a marketing partner. You need a niche specialist, not a generalist. And you definitely want to avoid design-first agencies. You're getting the feeling I'm really not happy with them. I've just seen so many businesses be burnt by a design agency. It's beyond laughable because it's not their core strength. But here's the real key. You don't just need one Google Ads specialist. You need a range of specialists, 2, 4, 6 ads managers. In a small agency isn't enough to ensure your goals line up with the skills and strategies that you need. At scale, I suppose, with a larger agency and team, you can get matched to the right person who knows your industry, your style of accounting, your goals. And that's what really separates agencies that conform from the rest. If you don't want to keep burning cash with Google Ads, make sure your agency has the breadth of expertise to deliver on your vision, not just 1 or 2 people making small tweaks here and there. As always, we offer a free Google Ads review. The link is below in the description, and we'll make sure your budget is fueling growth, not feeding a fire. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment in there. It really helps the channel a bit, but it also gives me a bit more perspective about what you really want. So until next time, bye, and I'll leave you with a few parting pictures of the back catalogue of a fat Google Ads expert's hairstyles. Until next time, bye guys.